I got another video for you, and what we're going to talk about today are some of the casinos, and they have like different events at the different casinos, like Ameristar, Argosy, and Harrahs. And in the last 3 weeks, me and my son, we went to all three of them, and kind of wanted to do a review on what to expect if you go to some of these events. Now, the first one we went to was up there at Argosy, and it was basically a tribute to Uptown Funk. And we were a little bit disappointed in what the band, in a sense, because we thought it would probably be when it comes to some of the, when it first started out, it seemed like there was a lot more when they were lip syncing, like it wasn't all in exact to make it look halfway like he was actually singing. Now, about midway through this, it got a lot better. And there are some other things we need to discuss about the seating and the seats that you sit on and everything else here. But like I say, the Uptown Funk tribute there, from midway to the end, it was excellent. But the beginning, it seemed like it was very kind of slow, and it didn't seem like they were all with it at the very beginning of that. Now, the seating there in all the casinos are pretty tight at most of the casinos. Argosy's, there is a little bit of room, a little bit of elbow room, and they actually have a space up in front where people can actually get up and dance some, if you want to dance with the band, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, Argosy's isn't as big as Ameristar or Harrahs, like the Voodoo Lounge there. So it's something to be aware of. And one thing that we did notice, or I noticed anyway, because I used to go to all these different places and events, and it had been a long time, is the age groups now seem to be way divided. There doesn't seem to be very much variation. Back when I used to go, there was a wide amount from all different ages in all these different places. And that is something else to be aware of. Now, there at Argosy, it was pretty much just older people. There wasn't hardly, there was a few young people that were there, but not very many. And that, you know, I get to think about how they talk about Kansas City wanting to be a world player here, you know, in the center of the United States, and bring it up kind of like maybe like Los Angeles or New York or something. They got a ways to go in that sense. But I just, I was really shocked at this. Now, the second casino we went to was Ameristar. And we went and seen the Spin Doctors and Sister Hazel. Now, this was interesting because we looked at some videos and stuff on them and stuff. And I mean, me and my son both, we like to listen to all different music over any of the years and stuff like that. And what I was really shocked, Spin Doctors were good, but really to me, Sister Hazel stole the show. I mean, they, at the very end, they come out last, but I mean, they were excellent. It was definitely worth going to up there at Ameristar. Now, Ameristar, when it comes to the seating, does have some problems. They're way too tight. Way too, I mean, you're sitting there like this. That's how close shoulder to shoulder we were, which is very uncomfortable. And the thing of it was, about halfway through, after the first band, the Spin Doctors, some people left because they just came to see them. Well, when it cleared out, it gave a lot more room. It's still about probably 50 to 75% full, but you could actually stand up. You could actually stand in front like in your chair and dance or whatever you wanted to do. It was great. It was really excellent. I mean, and I think that was another reason why probably that Sister Hazel also stole the show, because it was a lot more comfortable. They need to Probably take 2 chairs out of each row and space them out a little bit more. Now, I didn't find that the seats, they had said that the seats at Ameristar were uncomfortable. They're not the cushiest, but they're not the worst either, and I thought they weren't bad. Me and my son both thought they were pretty good, and I mean, they were decent sitting on. Even at Argosy up there, I don't think there was any complaints about that. I will jump ahead a little bit here. Harrahs probably has the softest chairs there. We'll get to that in a second, though. So, like I say, Sister Hazel really stole the show there, I thought, at Ameristar there at the end. And definitely worth going there. Harrahs. Now, we just went and see the Crew Nation, KCDC, and Strictly Alice last night. And at the Voodoo Lounge, I've been there several times before, way back. And I went with actually dance club that went and danced there. I didn't see very many people dancing last night. There was a few up by the stage in front. They were kind of bouncing around. And we had got seats back in the B section there, which the seats, I will give Harrahs number 10 rating for their seats. The cushions are excellent. Now, I had seen some bad reviews on Harrahs too. I didn't see nothing wrong with those seats there. I mean, you know, if you weigh under 200 pounds, those seats are great. And I tell you, they were cushioned. They were definitely cushioned. Now, Harrahs, the problem I seen there was where we were sitting in the section, there was a lot more leg room, which was great. The seats are actually larger to sit in. But the problem is, if you want to try to stand up and maybe clap or dance, it seems iffy kind of. And there was some people that got up behind us and did that and stuff. We like to stand up and dance and stuff, but we don't want to block anybody else's view either. So, I mean, it just depends. But you got to understand, if people go to these events, they're going to see these bands, and a lot of people like to get up and stand up and dance around and stuff. So that was the only thing I seen. It was a little bit kind of awkward. We sat there and we kind of moved our arms around, hands around, stuff like that. But, and there was really nobody that much dancing around on the floor down there in the standing area and stuff that much. So that was kind of disappointing in a sense, because like I said, I'd been there before with actually some dance clubs that had went there before. I used to dance like at Walters and Camelot here in Kansas City, what they called precision dancing. You know, I don't want to get into that really heavy, but you know, some don't like the rock and roll, some don't like, you know, vice versa. I like it all. I like to dance to it all. I mean, I don't see, the guy had taught, there was a guy had taught called at Walters. And actually, I think he was an basically, he had been a Kansas City, Missouri policeman. And he taught all dance moves. He could dance from hip hop to country to West Coast swing to all of it. Probably the best place here in Kansas City, actually. I don't know if it's still going or not, but if it is, check them out. I'm not affiliated with any other place, but I always thought they were pretty good. But like I said, they're all this, like I say, I wanted to get this out there a little bit to what to expect if you go to any of these casinos here in the Kansas City area. And like I say, I think the thing, like I say, at Argosy, the only thing that we were shocked at is the seating's, it's a lot smaller, like in length, like place. You're closer up to the stage. There's one section off to the right and off to the left, at least where you can dance, which gave you freedom to dance if you wanted to get up and dance. Ameristar, basically, you're just, you know, it's more of a theater, like right there. But it would be nice if they had a little bit more leg room and the seats were a little bit further apart to where people actually, and there at the end there, when Sister Hazel was playing, and like I say, probably 25% of the people had left, the whole room was standing up for at least a good hour. I mean, they were standing up for a whole hour, and everybody, to me, really enjoyed that there at Ameristar. Harrahs, Voodoo, like I say, the music was excellent for Crew Nation and KCDC and Strictly Alice. But like I say, I just could not get over that there wasn't that many dancing that much and stuff like that. I expected a little bit more from that, definitely. But the music and the sound quality there at Harrahs is excellent. Ameristar too. I didn't see nothing wrong even with what they were doing at Argosy. I think all the music sounded pretty good and stuff. Other than, like I say, on the lip sync, they're kind of like they're at Argosy. At the beginning, they were way off at the beginning, but it seemed like they picked up steam and through midway. So, just a little review here, and I don't think anybody would be disappointed. The only thing, like I say, I had, like I say, a Ameristar though. The seats, if you got claustrophobia or something, I'd watch out on that. Because we were actually shoulder to shoulder with other people. I mean, we were like this. And I mean, when you go to a place, you don't really expect that. You got to have a little bit of room there, you know. So, just a little bit of information, guys. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll be bringing more videos here soon to you. Anyway, guys, have a good one.